Hello everybody, it must be Monday, and in Cyprus it's now 5:30 p.m, but for most of you it's morning or lunchtime for most of you, apart from my Aussie friends that are 6.5 hours ahead precisely. So welcome to you all, and welcome to my Monday Live, which is called the P-Brain Show, where we do lots of tips, tricks, hacks, and lots of different topics for you to enjoy. Hopefully something for everybody. And we'll start today with my new theme, ABCs. And what is ABCs? ABC stands for Awesome Badges, Channel Shoutouts. And from stickers channels have sent me, I've been making stickers into badges. So which one will we do today? We're doing Black's Tropical Homestead. So do check out Black's Tropical Homestead, particularly if you're into tropical plants and want advice and tips on those, as well as other growing and other subjects on homesteading and the like. So do check that out. If you want your channel shouted out, then just send me a sticker or something similar and I will make it into a badge and share it on my channel. Nothing in return apart from an awesome shout out, and obviously look, you will see your badge worn throughout each live where I shout it out. So go for that. In the description below is my address, so there you go. What should we start with today? Let's start with Sow, Grow, Mow and Ho, Ho, Ho. So this is my gardening section. Hi, how are you doing, Blue? Hope you're feeling a bit better. I've been sick all weekend, so dragging myself along to create some fun. We were talking about these collection of mini books, if you like, pamphlets, that Mike got from his mum, and I think we looked up the 1977 printed, yes. And I've just been sharing a section with you that they called Useful Gadgets, and saying how you can make your own gardening tools. So some of these things you can obviously get now anyway, or people making their own versions, but I thought it was interesting to go through them and read them and see what sort of items that they were suggesting in the 70s. Maybe they'll give you some ideas anyway. So we were up to pot dibber. Did we read pot dibber? I can't remember if we read pot dibber. Let me read pot dibber if we did. Some people might not have seen it anyway. So a pot dibber. And it says, if you have to plant out a large number of pot-grown tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers or cauliflowers, you may well find your enthusiasm for the job considerably diminished by the prospect of stooping down to dig out holes for the plants. A pot dibber can make this job much easier and, provided that the soil has been well prepared and is not excessively hard, it will also speed up the process considerably. To make the dibber, you will need a plastic pot of the same diameter as the pot you use, some concrete and a stout length of wooden rod. Fill the pot with concrete, and while the concrete is still wet, thrust the wooden rod well into the centre of the pot. Allow the concrete to set around it. Then you can release your dibber by breaking the plastic pot carefully and removing the pieces, just as if you were shelling a hard-boiled egg. To use a pot dibber, simply force the concrete pot into the soil using your foot. Remove the dibber by the handle to leave a hollow of just the right size for your pot-grown transplants. Then you can remove the plant complete with the root ball from the pot easily into the cavity, firm it in and water as necessary. Thanks, Blue, for that. Appreciated. Glad to hear you're feeling better. So there's the picture of what they've made. I think you've got to have fairly loose soil for that and not hit any stones. If you guys do something to save digging little holes and that, do let me know what you use, because I know there's many ideas out there. So do share either in the chat if you're in now or later on in the comments below. All tips gratefully received and shared. Then they suggest making a safety hoe. And it says, despite recent developments of handheld power-assisted cultivators, traditional hoes are still in the front line of the home gardener's armoury of essential tools. Blue says, I have an old shovel handle. Tanny broke as my dipper. I've just been using that as well, an old spade handle. Yeah, I've been using that. I also use, if you get the strong fly swatters, often they break in the middle, and I often use those. I also use those as marking my plants, what I've sown, and you can write with a pen on the handle what you've planted there. And even if you use a permanent marker, you can always get rid of permanent marker with nail varnish remover or acetone. So that's something. It says the traditional practices of chopping the tops off of weed seedlings and of stirring the soil are still just as important today as when our grandfathers used their hoes. Modern weed killers may have lessened the need for mechanical weed control. Remember, this is 70s, but many gardeners do not like to use large quantities, none, of these chemicals, and the necessity of breaking up the soil surface still remains. Plants must have enough air and moisture at soil level. Hoeing assists aeration, and at the same time, by creating a dust mulch, it helps to conserve moisture in dry weather. With the more widespread use of concentrated fertilizers, improved pest and disease control, and dwarf varieties of many crops, plant spacings tend to get closer as gardeners become increasingly smaller. Such conditions call for the use of special safety hoe that will chop off the weed seedlings but leave your crops untouched. A simple homemade design consists of an iron or steel strap about 19 millimeters wide by about 12 millimeters thick. This is shaped by bending it in a vise, drilled and attached to a wooden handle by bolts as shown in the diagram. Bing! Diagram. Interesting. To hoe with this tool, move the blade away from you, lower it onto the soil surface, press down the blade and draw it towards you. Unlike conventional Dutch and draw hoes, this tool is most unlikely to damage crops because of the very nature of its design. The broad strap will not damage crops in its path, and the arms of the strap prevent the front edges of the blade from cutting the crops on the backstroke. This is achieved without affecting the tool's efficiency in cutting out the weeds. Blue says, awesome, good idea. And we'll do one more of these because there's loads more. I think they're interesting, but we'll do a few every now and then. So this one is, do let me know if any of you have any special tools. This is about saying how to make compost firmers. 2 single devices can be made from scraps of wood for firming compost and pressing in small seeds, one for use with seed trays and the other for use with pots. Each consists of 6 millimeter thick piece of wood with a smaller piece, 12 millimeters thick, to serve as the handle. So here's a picture, so it's easier if you know what I'm talking about. So these ones here. And then it says the firming piece should be cut to a rectangular shape, 20 centimetres by 10 centimetres for use with seed trays, and to a circle for use with pots. Its diameter depending on the pots you're using. Before you glue or nail the handles to the firmer, it's a good idea to sand both pieces smooth and paint them to avoid the risk of the wood carrying disease. As many households have the odd pot full of have the odd pot full tin of paint, these firmers need cost no more than the time required to make them if you use old scraps of wood. This gadget provides a useful alternative for those gardeners who find difficulty in obtaining a smooth, firm compost or soil surface with an L-shaped metal firmer. So that's these ones. And it actually says as well underneath, you can make these compost firmers from old pieces of wood, the handles being glued or nailed to the firmers. The rectangular firmer is for firming and smoothing compost in seed trays, while the circular ones are used with pots of 2 different diameters. So that's all we do of that one for today. There's loads more on that. Some's interesting, some's a bit other ideas these days, so you'll see. Blue Self-Reliant says, Blue, don't forget to put your link up, hun, while you're there. You know, I reckon the old wiggly potato mashers could make good hoeing type thing for weeding. Yeah, the amount of actual kitchen utensils I use, I think we should all do a series on that. How many different kitchen utensils do you use? I would say I've stolen most of them. Yeah, potato mashers are great. Blue Self-Reliant says we have Wolf Garden tools. It's brilliant. We just get a different head for different jobs. You've spoken of that before, and I think that's awesome. That really saves money, doesn't it, as well? I think that's brilliant. You can have more handles if you wanted to, but yeah, I think that's fantastic. That's really good. And it saves space as well, doesn't it? Really good. That's great. Blue Self-Reliant said, I will in a bit, hun. I'm on my phone till this lady picks up those boxes in a few minutes. Okay, cool. But I have to remind you because I forgot to tell Andrea to always put a link in the other day. I'm pretty sure you know to do that because I do forget to remind peeps sometimes. Okay, what should we do now? Let's do this one. So this kind of, I wasn't sure what category to put this under. So at first I thought pastimes, because it's a pastime, although a lot of people are still into it today. It is an pastime of the 1980s or before in other countries. And also, hey Crabby, how are you doing? Oh, the tools, the wolf tools. Blue saying it really does save space. Perfect for allotments. Oh, yes, for allotments. That's good. And small garden spaces. And people have got those big sort of like chest containers in the garden, if that's all they've got room for, rather than a shed. That's cool. So I'm going to also put this under blast from the past because it's a karaoke record. Just being a record is something weird. And as I like to do, let's look at the clothes and the people. Let's just take a moment to indulge on some of these people. Some don't look too bad with their clothes. I mean, this one, well, that's really 80s, isn't it? And some of the hairstyles. Oh, yeah, look. And yeah, the hair. Oh yeah, this girl here. I think dating definitely girls show the difference. Now, is there a year on this record? Oh, I haven't put any lights on, so I'm not going to be able to see very well. So take a moment to look at Black's Tropical Homestead. There must be a date somewhere. And then I'll tell you what records, what disc tracks were on the disc. I think that says 1990. Yes, I think that says 1990. I've got 2 of these. And the reason was I used to run like mobile discos. I used to have people doing mobile discos. I used to run it, and we used to provide like party packages, so you could have someone leading the dancing or someone to karaoke and so on and so forth. We had all the disco lights and disco balls and smoke machines, all sorts of stuff we had. So yeah, I used to run that with a team. So that's why I've got these. I'm not a fan of karaoke, particularly. Not particularly if you pay to go out for an evening and there's karaoke. It's okay if you're doing it, but you really want to hear other people doing it. For me, no, that's not entertainment. I know a lot of people love it, and it's fun, and it helped a lot of people through lockdown, doing it through Zoom and the like. I know a lot of people love it. Personally, for me, it's not my thing. I've done it maybe 3-4 times. What's my karaoke song? Zoom. If you know the one, Zoom. That's one you have several drinks inside you and you just belt it out. Zoom. Who's that? Who's Zoom by, Mike? Oh. Who's Zoom by, people? It's one bloke on his own. It's not Fat Larry's band, is it? Is it Fat Larry's band? Maybe. Oh, we've got peeps, more peeps. Hello to Celinda, great follower on my lives. Thanks for being here, Celinda. Always appreciated. Digging for Health in. Don't forget to do your links if you're a moderator. Oh, look, there's Andrea doing blues. Yeah, Andrea, pop your own in as well, because Blue's busy sometimes when she's listening. Same as Anne. Anne's a moderator. She's often in, but she's normally doing something else at the same time. So always put your own links in, guys, and other mods. Celinda hasn't got a channel. Save you looking. Yeah, so what's here? Oh, let's read first of all what it says. Anyone just joined us, I'm looking at the karaoke party record, a blast from the past, and I'm sharing with you what tracks are on it. Mine. That's Andrea. It says 10 tips to make your karaoke party go with the swing. As if you don't know how to do that. 1. Turn the music up good and loud. 2. The host should start the ball rolling by offering to sing the first song. Yes, people want to do it, but no one wants to be first. 3. Encourage people to get up and perform a song in 2s or 3s. It's much easier than a solo. You do get some professional karaoke types that think they're great singers and want to do a solo. And others go, I'll do it with you. And they're like, no, it's okay. And we should list the 5 different types of karaoke people, shouldn't we? That would be fun. 4. Encourage the audience to join in the chorus and participate as much as possible. Yeah, so it can get monotonous if you're watching. Oh, Celinda's a bird. Packing my car to drive south for the winter. Where are you going? Where are you spending the winter, my friend? Number 5. All performers are heartily applauded and encouraged, no matter what. I like to add there. Oh, it does say that, irrespective of the performance quality. How rude. I thought only I was rude. Number 6. Put everyone's name in one hat and the numbers 1 to 40 in another. The name drawn first has to sing the corresponding number song drawn, and so on. That's not good. If you don't really know a song or like a song, no, you have to be able to choose. So I would say the first person to volunteer chooses the song. And then if you're like, oh, I'm limited in what I want to sing, you're going to do it sooner rather than later. Arizona, oh, it's beautiful there. That's absolutely awesome. I'd love to go there. Beautiful. I watch about 6-7 different YouTubers from Arizona. Love them all. Started watching them really for the growing in desert conditions, which we get in the summer, but I've stuck with them. I really love their channels. Blue's back. Okay, box is collected. I'm all yours. She spotted Andrea. Number 7, have a quiz based on the tracks featured. Who were the original artists? First person to get an answer wrong sings a song. That makes them all join in the quiz, doesn't it? Number 8, volunteers to sing a song in the style of another artist, i.e. Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny in the style of Bob Dylan. Okay. Andrew says that package is more travelled than I am. Is this one of those pass around things you guys are doing? Oh, hold on. I've missed a bit. I checked your package this morning, Dawn. Oh, I thought you were talking about Blue's one. See, I should read in the order. I thought you were talking about Blue's lady coming to collect a package. Checked on your package this morning, Dawn. I think it's finally on the way to you. It started here in Georgia, then Florida, Louisiana, back to Florida, and then New York. Yay! It'd be great if they do now what they did in the old days. They used to stamp, didn't they, each place it went through. That would be really cool. Now I get it. That package is more travelled than I am. Oh, shame you didn't put yourself in the package. That would have been lovely. Go surprise. Or my joke I told the other week, a janitor or caretaker was hiding in a cupboard, and when they opened the door, he shouted out, "Supplies!" I love that. It'd be covered in stamps. Yeah. And then they go, "Return to sender." We couldn't read the address anymore. Oh dear. Number 9, list of usual props: hats, tennis rackets, pseudo guitar, hair brush or similar to use as a microphone, sunglasses for cool dudes, etc. And number 10, award prizes for the best performers or interpretations. Yeah. Discussion notes to settle differences of opinion. Oh my goodness. Number 1. Oh, right. There's a quiz somewhere. It's answering to the quiz. Okay. It's dispute of a quiz. So somewhere in here is a quiz. Anyway, found something. But I'll read to you first. Karaoke lyrics. It's probably on there. I'll look in a minute. Oh, it's here. It's here. Okay. Crabby watching your new vlogs, digging. Cool. So it says who were the original artists of these, and these are the songs on the karaoke record. So the first one's Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny, and if I remember rightly, the guy from in England, Timmy Mallet, did a version of it in the end, but it's saying the original singer Brian Hyland. I don't know who that is, but I've heard the song before. And it's saying more recently, this is the discussion notes to settle differences of opinion. More recently, a hit for Bomballerina. Now, I think that was Timmy Mallet doing that. Timmy Mallet was freaky. Yeah. If ever there's a person that shouldn't be on a kiddie program, it's when they're too old and they're being very what they think is kid-like. That to me is really like weird. They're like they're down with the kids, but then they think rude things. I know some children think rude things are funny, but we're talking 5-year-olds, and this target audience wasn't 5-year-olds, so it just didn't really gel. I know, right? Yeah, I don't like it when older people try to be like kids. I'd like to see him in. I've seen him. I've worked with him, but not out of character. And I'd like to see what he's really like. Can you imagine having a girlfriend and having a serious discussion? He'd just get his rubber mallet and hit her on the head. I have to do one of those where they now things. Some people you're like, wow. Oh, and my friend who you might know as Zamo from Grange Hill, he does a locksmith business, and he was literally round the corner to where I lived, and he's just got married. So anyone who knows him from Grange Hill, there's the news. Used to give us the creeps when we were at school. Yeah, that's what I say. He was doing things like for 4 and 5-year-olds, but his target audience was sort of supposedly nine to like young teens. I don't think so. Someone got married. Yes, he got married. He was actually supposed to get married 2 years ago, but because of lockdowns and that, they postponed it. And seeing as you know who I'm talking about, Blue, from the Grange Hill clan that went to the wedding was Roland. Roland. Forgive me for a minute if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Roland, because he's been his friend all the way through, and he's the one who normally organises the reunions and that. So Roland. And then Denise. Do you remember who Denise is? Denise is the girl who said Roland all the time, so she was there. And Todd Carty, which some of you might only know from EastEnders. Todd Carty, who was Tucker. That's my English bit finished. Really cool, epic, but also means I'm grown up. Not sure I like that. I have to show you my pictures from Grange Hill. I went to Grange Hill. I have to share my pictures when I was at Grange Hill. So number 2 track for karaoke, Bachelor Boy, and that's Cliff Richard. I do like Cliff Richard songs. Number 3, With a Little Help from My Friends, was originally sung by Young Idea. Don't know who they are. And then the quiz says, a Beatles song people know, of course, but not a single hit by them. Other chart entries by Joe Brown, Joe Cocker, and Wet, Wet, Wet. So I didn't know that. Number 4 of the karaoke songs, Wild Thing, originally sung by the Trogs. And it says, a later, less serious hit by the Goodies. Goody, goody, yum, yum. If you're not English, you probably don't know what I'm on about. And well, I'm there because you know I like my nostalgia. The best episode ever of the Goodies is when the everything got big. They went to the BBC and there was a giant cat and all sorts of things from the BBC. That was really cool. Best ever episode of the Goodies. Number 5, Doo-Wah Diddy Diddy, Manfred Mann. Number 6, I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing by the New Seekers. And one of my pupils actually was a child in there. I forget what the song was they did, but it was a Christmas one. And she's in their Christmas video as a little girl. I've actually got a video of that. What is that episode called where the everything gets big? I'd love to see that again. So Linda, that sounds yum. What's she having? Coffee and zucchini bread. I must make some more zucchini bread. Digging for Health says, I don't know the commercial, but we used to go and buy treats in the British section at the grocery store before we had a BBC viewing night for fun. Cool. Can't watch Doctor Who without Jammy Dodgers. Now, talking of Jammy Dodgers, if you keep watching my series on my other channel, and my link's below to my other channel name, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, and you're watching the Life of a Gingerbread Man, keep watching. If you know Jammy Dodgers, you'll love it. You can't be far off that one. I can't remember how many more I've got till I get to that one, but not many more to go. So if you've not been watching those, the latest episodes, he's got married and you see his wedding pictures and his honeymoon. So do catch up on those. Where am I up to? Number 7 for karaoke, I Like It, Jerry and the Pacemakers. And it says it was originally a small hit by JALN band in 1976. No idea who they are. Mike, do you know the band in 1976? JALN. He's good with his music normally. Well, they apparently did I Like It, that Jerry and the Pacemakers did. No. No, he's not going to be Naughty Blue with the Jammy Dodger. Thanks for that, Andrea. Andrea's put the link to my channel. It's got its own playlist. I think it's Story of a Gingerbread Man or something like that. Life of a Gingerbread Man, something like that. And if you start from the beginning, his life progresses because first of all, he's a bachelor and then he gets a dog and so on and so forth. So if you want to follow it through, do start from the beginning. Yeah, just check I've read that. Next one, number 10. Oh no, number 8. Those Were the Days, Mary Hopkin. My mum used to have that on the single. Those were the days, my friend, I thought they'd never end. That one. Track 9, All You Need Is Love, The Beatles. Track 10, I Love You Love Me Love, by The Man Who Cannot Be Spoken Of. Oh, Blue, you found it. Letters of a Gingerbread Man. There we go, because he's writing to you. So, yeah. Oh, Celinda says, I was sad to read while the Everly Brothers passed. They were a good group, weren't they? They were a really good band. Track 11, Obla-dee, Obla-da. I like that. Marmalade. Obla-dee, Obla-da. Life goes on. Oh. I've got bad throat today. You don't know, I've been quite sick this weekend. I'm like, ah. Number 12, Tainted Love, Soft Cell. Oh, number 11, it says Obla-dee, Obla-da, a lesser hit at the same time by Bedrocks, but again, a Beatles song not issued as a single. Number 12, Tainted Love, Soft Cell. I'm not into that sort of music so much. Number 13, It's Not Unusual, Tom Jones. Number 14, Night Fever by the Bee Gees. Number 15, Get It On, T-Rex. And that says a hit much later on by Power Station. Mike says, not heard of them, he's washing up. Number 16, Handyman. Don't know that one. Jimmy Jones. Handyman. Not Candyman. Handyman. He's singing now. And that says a lesser hit 4 years later by Del Shannon. Don't know that one. 17, Oh Pretty Woman, Roy Orbison. 18, Venus, Shocking Blue. And that says, Venus, Bananarama's hit version, came 16 years after the original. Also a recent smash hit from Don Pablo's Animals. Ah. Ah. Blues saying Power Station was a band some of the members of Duran Duran created when they had their time out. Cool, interesting. 19, one of my favourite songs, A Groovy Kind of Love, and that was by the Mindbenders. And it's got here a small hit in 77 for Les Gray, and finally a number one for Phil Collins in 1988. And I believe that was one of the songs from Buster that Phil Collins was in, one of my favourite films. Really like that. He did a good job on that. And that also had in Julie Walters, who I was reading the autobiography of recently. Number 20, When Will I Be Famous by Bros. 21, New York, New York. Yeah, that's definitely a karaoke song, isn't it? I'm not sure about some of these others. Frank Sinatra. 22, Yellow Submarine by the Beatles. 23, another good song, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother by the Hollies. And that says re-entry for the Hollies in 1988, along with a version by Bill Medley. 24, You'll Never Walk Alone, Jerry and the Pacemakers. And it says Elvis Presley failed to make top 40 with his version in 1968, but a charity version by The Crowd was the number one in 1985. Track 25, Summertime Blues, Eddie Cochran. And that says a later hit for The Who, whose arrangement is used in this album. 26, Pearl's a Singer, Elkie Brooks. Celinda says, see you again after I'm home in Arizona. Shalom, all, keep singing, enjoying life. Nice to see you. Have a wonderful trip. Have a really lovely time and can't wait to hear about your vacation when you come back. 27, Good Luck Charm, Elvis Presley. 28, He's a Rebel, Crystals. 29, Kathy's Clown, Everly Brothers. 30, It's Only Make Believe, Conwan Twitty. He changed his name from Richard Twitty. You thought I was going to say he changed the Twitty bit. That says 3 other top 10 chart entries. Billy Fury, 64, Glenn Campbell, 70, and Child, 78. 31, Imagine, John Lennon. 32, Bebopalula, Gene Vincent. 33, Fame, that's a classic, Irene Cara. 34, Super Trooper, that's definitely a karaoke for sure. 35, If I Fell, the Beatles. Don't know that one. If I Fell by the Beatles. Oh, If I Fell in Love with You. Right, okay. He's singing, can you hear him? 35, it says never a single hit by anybody, in fact, not even the Beatles. 36, Blowing in the Wind, Peter, Paul and Mary. And it says also a hit by Stevie Wonder, but not a single hit by its writer, Bob Dylan. 37, Singing the Blues, Guy Mitchell and Tommy Steele. Interesting. That says number one hits in consecutive weeks by the original artist and a later hit by Dave Edmunds. 38, Woolly Bully by Sam the Sham. and the Pharaohs. Interesting. And 39 Dale, the Banana Boat song. Harry Belafonte and Shirley Bassey, The Tarriers. And the last one, The Last Waltz, Engelbert Humperdinck. There. So yeah, that was interesting. There's quite a few tracks on there actually. I wouldn't have said a lot of those to me were karaoke, but I guess if they were popular in its time, then they included them. Can you hear what Mike's saying? Probably not. That's what I said, Mike. The only time I've done karaoke. Okay, let's have some light relief. Let's go on to the jokes. Let's do the jokes. Jokes, quotes, puns and fun. And we haven't got beyond the jokes yet. So I have a few jokes here for you. Where do they make mediocre goods? At the Satisfactory. I like that one. I think that's good. At the Satisfactory. Mediocre goods. I like that. That's my sort of joke, as you well know. What's the last thing to go through a bug's mind as it dies on your windshield? It's butt. That's a blues joke. I went on a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. Never again. Yes, Blue, I thought you'd like that one. Parallel lines have so much in common. It's a shame they will never meet. I think that one's cool. That's what I call a clever joke, but it's funny. Last one. What did Batman say to Robin as they approached the Batmobile? Get in the car. Get in. Oh dear, I like that. Let me have a little tinker. There. Okay, what you want now? What you want? What you want now? Oh, let's do what to watch on your coffee break. Something you may have missed. So I thought, as we're talking about growing and harvesting and recipes, we're always all talking about, and seeing as Blue loves kohlrabi, particularly purple kohlrabi, I thought you might like to see my video from when I very first grew kohlrabi, which was last year. And I made a video, faces, look. And I made a video on harvesting my first kohlrabi. I had prior one showing you how it was doing growing, but this particular video, which is linked below under the heading near the top, something like what to watch on your coffee break. It's showing you how I harvest it, because I'm thinking there's beginners out there. I'm pretty sure, look, she's so excited. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't grow some things because they don't know anything much about them. For me, I will grow anything, but then I don't always know what to do with it. So this video is harvesting it, showing you how to cut it, telling you what it tastes like. Yes, there's a taste test, and this is the video where I tell you the difference in taste between the white kohlrabi and the purple kohlrabi. And then I give you several ideas of what to do with it if it's your very first harvest, so you may not have very many, and something really simple, easy ways to use it, including that, yes, you can eat it raw, so you don't need to do anything with it. and simple first ideas of what to do with it. Because as I say, I think sometimes people harvest, if it's their first year of growing, they've got one or two. Oh, and I tell you what size is best to harvest it at as well, because I think sometimes, unless you're a grower who really knows what they're doing, has got to terms with it, you can let things grow too big and then they're not the best tasting, making you hungry. And also, I did watch it through today just so I remembered what was in the video. There is a little interlude in the middle where I tell you, or I show you how, first of all, I cover it over with a bird cage to stop bugs, mostly the butterflies, obviously, laying there, but I use net curtains. And why I'm telling you that, I tell you that Mr. Colin Waffles, who a lot of you know is one of my 4 cats, he loves to play with the net as you take it off and water and mess around and harvest. He actually loves the net curtains. So there's a little interlude in the middle of the video when I say this, and next minute he's playing and doing other things with the net curtains, and it's funny. So don't fast forward that bit, because 2 little funny bits within what he does with the net curtains. So if you've got time, you want something on your coffee break, you'll learn a little something, you'll have a bit of a laugh with Mr. Colin Waffles. And as I say, if it's your first time growing it is a very basic guide of what to do with it once it's grown. Because if you're like me, you grow things and you're like, geez, what do I do with it now? And I'm not someone who likes to do fancy cooking and take ages. I just want to harvest it, use it quick. So that's why I like freezer items as well. Chop and drop. Now for gardeners, chop and drop means pull up the weeds and the things that have finished growing and just leave them there to go back into the ground as compost. For me, chop and drop means pull it up or harvest it and then chop it and put it in the freezer. Hey, NDT Show. Hi, how are you doing? I've been having some laughs on your videos. Do check. This is another channel, guys, if you don't know of it. Just the first 5 seconds of every video, I'm like rolling on the floor. If you just want a little boost, the first 5 minutes. But yeah, there's really good different content there, all sorts of things. You all know I like blasts from the past, seeing old films and TV and stuff. This is a channel to go and look at, because he often shows a few old horror films and things like that, just little bits of them. You're like, oh, I know that. And I think the last 2 I said I knew one and not the other, and then the next one I'm like, oh, I knew one and not the other. So yeah, do go and check out the NDT Show. And as I say, guys, make sure you've got the actual link right or the name correct, because if you just type in NDT or NDT Show and not the, you get hundreds of channels come up. So do check that out, guys. Make sure you got the right channel. So I always check icons. So when you guys change your icons, it does mess me up sometimes. I'm like, no, that's not the channel I mean. So yeah, do check it out. Hey Ashley, how are you doing? Oh, it's Jason today on the channel. Oh, hi Jason. Do pass on my good wishes to Ashley, won't you? I hope he's doing well. And what's Jason up to? Any films coming up soon? Any films happening in your way? So yes, do check out my kohlrabi video. As I say, the link is below. And this is what I call to do new to you. Either grow kohlrabi if you've never grown it. Blue will vouch for how good it is. It's something very versatile as well. You can make coleslaw. You can just fry it up with things. You can grate it. In that video, I have a great tip about grating. It's a really awesome tip for grating. If you ever grate anything, watch my awesome little tip within that video. Actually, I can bring up the link to that while I'm there, because Dawn uses Word docs. What number video is it? It's video number 245. So I have a Word doc with all my videos listed, and I scroll down. Gosh, I've made some video. 245, and then I highlight it, copy, minimize that, come back here, paste it here. Look how quick I am finding my own videos. So that's the video. It's also in the description below. Oh, Jason says Transporter 10, the big getaway. Awesome. Awesome. I'm just going to go and switch my light on, guys, because I'm grainy. I know I'm not well, but I'm grainy anyway in this light. One sec. Here I am, back again. Hey, Treasure Woman, how are you doing? Treasure Woman has been an awesome supporter of my channel this week, and I'm very appreciative to that. So to help me thank her, if any of you aren't subscribed there, do go and check out Treasure Woman's channel, as indeed everyone that's in the chat. If you don't know them, do go and say hello, and don't forget to mention you came via my channel. Who did I see on the channel lately and they said they came via my channel? Was someone, was it Andrea? Someone went on Old Car Junkie's channel. I think it was Andrea, and she said she'd come from my channel. I think. I apologise if it was somebody else. I think it was Andrea. Oh, I think it was Painted with Squirrels. It was Painted with Squirrels, and she'd put a little message in to say there. Ashley. Oh, Ashley. I wonder if it is Ashley. If Ashley likes kohlrabi, might be Jason. That might be where he gets his energy from. You stepped away. That's fine, Andrea. You don't have to pin yourself to my chat. I was doing that today. I was on Painting with Squirrels live, and I was getting my bits ready. Whose was I on prior to that? It's on someone's prior to that, and I was like getting my bits sorted. Oh, it was her one. It was her one. Yes. I do try to say where I came from, where I visit. Yeah, it's nice as well. It's like I got another subscriber today, and I was like, I'd like to know. I know in the analytics you supposedly can see whether, like your traffic, whether it's come from a live or it's come from, I was going to say clickbait. What do you call it? Like click, if they've clicked sort of something. Or if they've typed in a search for kohlrabi, they found you that way, that kind of thing. So you can see in that respect. If someone recommends a channel, yeah, I do that. Or if I've seen them in a chat, then I just say, I met you in blah, blah chat. I do that. Yeah, it's good to know. I think it'd also be good to know who has left your channel, not for a bad thing, but just like for your own interest. But I suppose they don't want to do that. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I always appreciate that. What should we do now? Do you want some tips? Should we give you some tips? Oh, we talk about kohlrabi. Do you want any more kohlrabi tips? We're just annoyed blue. No, I might do a video on kohlrabi and do tips, because I haven't done a video on kohlrabi. Yeah, I think that's why, Andrea. But just out of interest, it's would be interesting. Would be interesting. I'm sure you can get into the workings of it and find that out if you were that way inclined. Okay, let's do knacks, hacks, facts, and stats. So any knacks, hacks, facts, and stats. Obviously, Dawn. Obviously. I have some, I think, different ones for you today. I've been trying to come up with some different things. Yeah, I think Jason trumps Pam actually on that one. Oh, Andrew's got the cake out. Hey, Texas Jan, howdy to you, my friend. How's the weather doing there now? Because you've had some terrible weather. Terrible weather. Terrible weather. I always like Texas Jan always does that emoji when she pops on. Blue says still have four half hours of freedom. Yeah, apparently it's today, isn't it? Blue's on at 9 p.m. on 5-star today. 5 p.m. Oh no, 9 p.m. on 5-star today.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
She said today, but it's tomorrow.
Oh, did you hear that, Blue? Apparently you said in your comments it was today, but it's actually tomorrow. It's 9 p.m. tomorrow on 5-star. So check that out, buddy. Okay, so money saving ideas, maybe. When curtains shrink, buy a piece of contrasting fringe or fabric about the depth of the shortage. Stitch to the bottom of the curtains and press, and this gives a new lease of life. Now, it doesn't just have to be because of that. It can also be because you've changed your decor. You don't necessarily have to change your curtains if you've got a plainer curtain. Just keep changing a fake new border. And it's the same with anything else in your room. So always buy extra fabric to match your new colour or design. And you can make cushion covers, pillowcases, little tablecloth, trims. You don't have to pay to decorate a whole room to change everything or change new bedding or anything like this. Just put the little accent things around the room. You can even frame a picture of the material. Depends, of course, if it's a scenery or something like that, or a pattern or picture. So you don't need to pay up to change a whole room. Keep your rooms neutral and then just change decor. Blue says, oh, am I up to? Have I missed something? No. I just realised I somehow got behind on Blue's video. Oh, it's Andrea, not Blue. It's because it's in Blue. I thought it was Blue. What? I just realised I somehow got behind on Blue's videos. I didn't get notifications added to my watch later list. Yeah, I never go by notifications. I've never used that. It's Monday, not tomorrow. Mike, Blue says it's Monday, not tomorrow. Mike. He said he just looked up the schedule. We'll check it out. I know they've been changing things around anyway. Maybe on my 5 tomorrow. Is it my 5 tomorrow?
No idea. It's not 5-star. We haven't got my 5.
He says, no, we don't have my 5, but we've got 5-star. Show. Oh, that's why you got blanked out there, Ash. YouTube blanked you out then. Oh, look at that, naughties. Anyway, tip 2, make a patchwork bath mat from the best bits of old bright towels. I think that's quite a good little craft. You don't have to be brilliant at sewing, or you don't have to have a sewing machine. Just use your old bits of towels. I used to make rag rugs, so you could do that as well. You could do that. Make inexpensive toilet bags for the whole family from one brightly coloured plastic tablecloth. Gosh tip, no one will know who's a who's. Oh dear. This is a good one. So this is frugal tip. Soap will last much longer if you buy it and store it in a dry place for some weeks before use. Who knew? Who knew? What's the chemical reason for that, anybody? Then it says, press a piece of kitchen foil against the side that rests on the basin. Yes, we've all got different tips of that, sludgy. Blue says, there was a time we had name tags on everything, and I bet, Blue, as you're from that era, if you look at your label here, you've probably still got your name in there, so you don't forget who you are. Okay, last tip for today. Glue leftover cork tiles to a piece of hardboard and you'll have a long-lasting bath mat. Cork tiles make good table mats too, and I bet at some stage we've all made a pinboard. Jason says, grapes are not ripening. Any tips? Are they actually grapevines or are you just planting your bunches of grapes, my friend? Are you asking for serious tips? Blue says, no one lets me forget. Grapes not ripening. Location, they need a lot of sun. They do need sun to ripen fully. So light, if not sun, because like anything, it can't bud. Also, a lot of things aren't doing well this year for people if there's not been a lot of pollinators around on other crops. So that's a lot of people have been asking why certain things haven't been ripening or growing to their full extent. Like my pumpkins, they grow smallies. They fruit really well, like really good smallies, this sort of size. They are baby pumpkins, by the way. They're not like the great big ones. They're just the little ones, which are small pumpkins. They've got to about that size, and then everything dies around it. But that apparently is because it needed more pollinating. So not to have relied on pollinators, or it hasn't fully developed inside. Although it's grown as a pumpkin, it hasn't done its thing properly, completely inside, apparently. So I'm going to be hand pollinating those next time, as well as you've seen in all my videos, I've got a lot of pollinators about. So I'm going to be pollinating them till kingdoms come. Grape, I had it 13 years, but always sour green grapes. Yes, sometimes if you've had a vine too long, although vines do keep going, some types don't do very well after a few years, like some apple trees. Apple trees grow really great and get great big old apple trees, but other types, all fruits, I would imagine, I don't know, after so many years, they've passed their prime, their youth. And then, as you know, it goes downhill from there. Possibly that. Do you know the variety? Might be able to help you a bit more if you know the variety. They're always sour. Now, I can't remember top of my head what it is, but if you plant something else with it, it changes it from sour to not. Oh, what is it? Oh, gosh. Anyone help? There's something you can plant right with it and it stops things that are sour being sour. Oh, come back to me on that one. Oh, I was only talking about this the other day. If you've got anything that's sour, you plant something else next to it or like with it and it stops it being sour. Oh, as I say, I know the answers, but I don't know the information. Come back to me on that, Ashley. There's something you plant with it. Yes. I wonder if Andrea's tip on her sour cucumbers might be helpful at all. Maybe it might be a reason. Yes, come back to me on that one, definitely, when I have my brain in a better headspace. Okay, let's move along and see if anyone else can come up with an answer. Do check my comments later on, and someone else watching this back later might be able to help me on that, Ashley. I don't know if you know Flower Folk Farm. She's just been working in a grapevine, oh my gosh, in a vineyard. And she learnt a lot of things about grapes. So let's put her down. It's Anita. She might be able to help you with some info. Flower Folk Farm. Is that right? Flower Folk Farm. I think that's right. It's funny. Oh, yeah, I just put that. And the other one who will definitely be able to help you is Vineyard Chicks. They have thousands of vines. There you go. There's a link to Anita's channel. Yeah, if you can do the link to Vineyard Chicks, that's where to go, Ashley, for help. They've got thousands of vines, and they do all sorts other things as well. Any gardening tips are sort of quite a good go-to. Hey there, squirrels, how are you doing now? Oh, thanks for that, Andrea. So there's the link to Vineyard Chicks. As I say, if they can't help you, they will definitely pass you on, but I'm pretty sure if it's about grapes, they will probably help you on that. There is something you plant with sour things that stops them being sour. I don't think it's necessarily a sweet thing. Would it be tomato plant? Because they really affect things you plant them with. I think it might be tomatoes. Don't do it, because it might well kill it off, and then you'll be like, dang, I'm not listening to Dawn anymore. Okay, let's move on to inspiration and creation. Oh, butterfly spent there. And do go and check out Painting with Squirrel's channel, because she does painting now and then. So this is sharing my paintings. I'm inspiring you to pick up a pencil and draw, or if you haven't got paints, everyone's got pencil and a bit of paper. Find your niche for your arts and crafts part. Whatever your art or craft may be, find your craft. Gardening's a craft. Now I've got really mixed up what you've seen and what you haven't seen. I got really mixed up. Did you see the kingfisher? Have you seen the kingfisher? I don't know. I don't know what you've seen. I really don't. I think you've seen that one. Have you seen the yellow room? I don't watch my lives. Have you seen the yellow room? Do this sometimes. Just try and pick 2 colours, and then you can make different shades of a colour. So we've got that. Stop me if you've seen these ones, because these are in a pile. Oh, they're blown away now. Where's my stone? Well, I've been painting an object lately. An object. I don't know whether to edit that and post it. It'll be on my other channel, because my craft's on my other channel. Do I post it or there was something else I showed at the beginning I was going to paint as well. See how long it is, I guess. So I like to keep my videos quite short. Have we seen this one? Now this I was experimenting on, not actually doing anything, just lines. As you can see, that's mostly consists of lines vertically or horizontally or diagonally. I can see diagonal door. So I was just trying to show that you can paint a picture without being able to paint, if you like. So there's that. I don't think you've seen these ones. No one's saying they've seen them, or they might be mixed up now anyway. Are you inspired? Ha ha ha. Inspired by the spire. Oh, that tree looks like it's been a hurricane. Oh no, there's one in front. Look here. So we have this. Perspective practice. As I say, still haven't found my niche. I don't think it's painting, but I like to have a go. Running out of paints. When I first bought them out here, as in it was in storage and came out in a container, I think it affected any paints that had been used at any point. So a lot had to go in the bin. And now I find out here with the intense heat, once you've opened them, they're acrylics, I think it is I use. Once you use a bit, doesn't matter how tight you tighten it up, they don't seem to last. Painted watercolours when I was a teenager. I still have a painting of Corfe Castle. Oh, I love Corfe Castle. Oh, Corfe Castle. Oh, I love Corfe Castle. Where I did when I was 14. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it. Now, don't like that. It's not quite right at all, is it? Not quite right. Not quite right. No, don't like that one. What am I going to do with these guys? What do I do? Corfe Castle. Yes, Corfe Castle. It's a castle, obviously. Corfe Castle. What is that? Is that Dorset? Is it Dorset? Ash? Dorset? Dorset? I only went there when I was little. There's this. Paintings. Paintings. Simple. Simple. I want to see it. Yes, I want to see the painting. That's why I go on Car Junkie. He practices drawing faces, a few other things, and he's actually done me. If you go on my other channel, there's one video, I can't remember what it's called, but it's all pictures he drew of me. He just like freezed the video and he was drawing pictures of me and he sent me all the pictures. So Dorset, go me. There, that one's not too bad. Again, perspective is totally all over the place. All over the place, the perspective, like, gone. I need to make a pile what I've shown. Let's do one more. Don't think I've seen this one. I don't know. Who knows? That. Now that's better. Again, perspective. No good. I wouldn't be able to do perspective now at all. No way. Can't even draw a straight line with a ruler anymore. Can you believe that? Can't even draw a straight line with a ruler. I just can't see straight. There. This says May 2004. So again, this was from my, what do you call it? Special needs group that I went to. As I've said before, if they've got a date on the back, they were from then, because the painter, the artist that came in, he used to make us put the date on. Okay, Andrea, you have a great day too. You have a great day. yes, so I think I do need to make a video on, I'm going to start doing a video on, I have done some already, growing stages, and I want to encourage people to grow something they haven't grown. I want to go through every fruit, vegetable that I've ever grown and show from beginning to end, not like a boring one, dig a hole and you need this type of soil. I want to just do very basic, but run through the whole growing stage from beginning to end. I showed the avocado, the stages of it, but I want to put with tips and that, which I have done a few. What ones have I already done? Let me look. Done a few things. I mean, I've done tips and things of other things. I've done olives. I've already done olives, growing stages of olives, all the way through to making the olive oil. Pomegranates, information and growing stages. Almond trees and almond nuts, facts and growing stages. Growing asparagus information, simple, basic, all you need to know, plus tips to get you started. Collecting chard seeds, plus full grown stages of chard. All about dates and growing dates from date palm trees. I've actually I finished that one by showing you I collected the date stones, I guess they are, not seeds. And I've got a tree growing, it's about that tall at the minute, from one of those. If you see my, I think if I posted it yet or about to post, my random growing areas, the most recent one, that you actually see the date palm growing. I'll look in a minute if I posted that. Growing cauliflower from seed, tips and information, when to harvest and how to get more seeds. No need to buy seeds again, how to get the seeds. And then we've got one, broccoli, growing from seed to collecting produce and more seeds. Growing grapes from seed. Ashley, plus grape growing tips. Maybe I'll put it on there. Who knows? Salsify, the growing stages of that. And the avocado one I've just posted recently. Ashley saying I'll do a short later and show you. Yeah, I would love to see that. See, that's what shorts are for. These short, sharp things. Yes, I posted that one today. So you'll see the date palm growing in the one I posted today. It's called I'm the Seed Grower. Update on random growing areas, part F. Plus seeds harvested. So yeah, that one's there. That one's up. And the growing avocado tree was the one before that. That hasn't really got tips or anything in it. Just shows me growing it from absolute beginning, from the very start onwards. So yeah, definitely ones to look then. As I say, I want to do every fruit and vegetable I've grown. I've always saved pictures when I've grown things, so I can go show picture wise as well as the tips as we go on each thing. So is there anything particular that I grow that you'd like me to do first, other than the things I've already done? Is there anything any of you want tips on? And then I'll do those ones maybe first, because I've got about about 60 different things to do at least. They do take time, particularly with my equipment. I have to edit everything, and we've got lots of projects going on here. I've been filming projects, but again, I like those to kind of show you where it's going rather a bit, and then another week another bit. Obviously not with my rebuild of the derelict donkey stable. That's I've got probably the next one to make of that, actually. and you'll see what that becomes. It becomes something, then it becomes something else, and now it's becoming something else. Oh dear. So yeah, you have to keep up. I'm sure if any of you came here, you'd be like, what? What's that? What's that there? What's that? Because I can't finish some things until there's more footage or it's sort of completion, such as my chill out area. There's a lot of work going on over there. You've seen the growing area of that. That's by the old chicken coop. You've seen that area, but the next bit's coming along. But that's a long job, that, for what's needs building up, because we're on a mountainside anyway, so it's like this. So obviously we've got to build it up there. But the amount, it looks like, you know, when you go to a beach and you do that thing where you pile pebbles and rocks up. Well, that looks like Mike's doing that in certain areas to try and get the levels. I'm not joking. Some's like this. It didn't seem slopey, but that's how much of a slope we're on. So yes. Yeah, so there's a lot going on with that as well. Tomorrow I'm going on another walk. I'm going to get myself lost in space. So I'm going somewhere where I don't think I can get through. Yes, because I need to get out, get some air and feel better. So I'm going on a sort of random walk to a place I've never been before. They're my favourite walks. I like to just randomly go somewhere and see where it goes. So could well get lost. Yes. I'm filming them all. If I go somewhere different or somewhere you haven't seen so far, I film them. I'm actually getting backed up on the videos I filmed for you of walks, because I lettered them with the letter of the alphabet, so that, as I've said before, if any of you watch way back at some point a video of a walk and you want to ask me a question, put the letter of the walk in, and then I've got my own notes as where that is for me, and then I can answer your questions. Ashley says, I have close on 200 bulbs to put in. Tulips, yellow onion, red onion, I like red onion, and shallots. Wow. Have you planted much lettuce? Are you talking about me or Ashley? I grow about 5 different types of lettuce. Our favourites are sort of different green crunchy ones, cos lettuce. I've got about 100 Rosa, the red lettuce seeds, because I've harvested the seeds. It's like my child. I've got about 1,000 child seeds now. Hence why I'm doing seed giveaways. And by the way, do check my community post, because the person who is the recipient of the getting the free seed giveaway for this month, I haven't heard from yet. So if you're watching this either now or later, it might be you and you haven't looked at my community post. Look back. The seed picture will be the same or very similar every time, so you can always scroll through. I'm a bit dubious to put another community post message up, because if that person just goes and looks at community posts, they will see that rather than it getting lost. Yes. So do check that, and this is part of why I'm doing it as well. I can now afford 1 letter a month to send somewhere, because it's coming as a letter. I'm sticking the seeds in the letter, and I've got the seeds. Hence why I keep saying now I'm the seed grower. I love growing things to cultivate more seeds. That's what I'm doing. All your lettuce bolted. That's a shame. Yeah, I think it's with the heat. This is in hot countries. We just grow a few at a time and just keep going very slowly. And then we mostly have lettuce. I've got a little bit left in the rabbit cage, but I have sown some more. So, Dawn, do you plant any other plants? You're so funny. You're so funny. Most of our food is what I grow. Most of our food. We buy pasta, rice, basic things like that. Bread. I don't make my own bread. Basics, but most of what we eat is what I grow. So most vegetables I grow. We have fruit trees. We have pomegranate, apricot, cactus fruit, olives, but they're not eating olives, and we don't like olives anyway. So they're for the olive oil. So I cook with the olive oil. I fry most of the stuff I grow and do it like a stir fry thing for quickness. We do buy a chicken once a week, chicken, and then we have it for Sunday dinner, some of it, and the rest of it we eat throughout the week with pasta and the vegetables and whatever else I grow. Grow cucumbers, aubergines or eggplants, zucchinis, squash, melons, watermelons, radish, beetroot, else? Tomatoes, 50 million different varieties of tomato, broccoli, chard, sweet corn, pumpkins, not success. Basically most things, and I'm increasing every year buying new things. Almonds, so that's my nuts. I have almonds. All sorts. In short, Dawn grows everything. She's very good at it. Oh, thanks, Ashley. If you watch my Q&A, basically I explained there that my friends call me the accidental homesteader because I never intended to grow anything. And as I say in there, that literally when we moved to this, I just wanted a bigger garden than the beach location. And I just wanted a bigger garden and views. And we got this. There were the olive trees. So we had to learn how to deal with those. And they're dead easy. If you ever want to farm something and you don't want to put much time into it, they don't need water barely. As long as you harvest or get people in to help you harvest, you could do. And then you take them to the press to be pressed to olive oil, sell it. I'd say olives are probably one of the easiest things. They're not backbreaking to pick. Cut the trees down low and have lots of air and light into them. And this year I should be able to pick all of them without even using a ladder of any shape or form. And I pick by hand, physically pick each olive, because that gives much better quality. None of this shaking, bruising, dropping on the ground malark. Not for us, not at all. So that, and then we bought some tomatoes and some peppers in the shop. I said to my, I'm going to grow the seeds of these. And that is how it began, the new beginnings. So basically from that, I enjoyed doing them. And it is still, I class it as a hobby, although in lockdown, I was blooming grateful I did grow because we couldn't have afforded food. We really couldn't. We couldn't drive the car, couldn't afford petrol. Water is free here. Luckily, we had no money, nothing. So yeah, luckily I did, and I built it up from there. I always thank Josh from In Your Yard Homestead because he actually gave me so many seeds of different things. I like to grow different things, so I'm looking for more different things for next year. So I was really grateful for that. And so many other people donated seeds to me or funds to get seeds. So Jandera Homestead, she gave me a lot. Kathy from, Little Garden Big Dreams. Texas Jan She gave me lots of seeds. Lots of people. I've done a video on every person that sent me seeds or gave me seeds, so, or donation towards that. So without those, I don't know where I would have been. And as I said in the video, if we'd had still lived at the beach location, I don't know what would have happened to us. So there's high bills there. Here there's not. We've got no utilities here. The only thing we pay for here is the internet, obviously anything for the car, and the land tax, poll tax, whatever you want to call it, which is nothing. Oh, and my P.O Box, pay for the P.O Box. So luckily for that, and luckily I did get into the growing, and I like experimenting. And remember, we've never had any soil or earth here at all. So I made my own compost, and hence why I grow in hugel beds and raised beds mostly. And anywhere else that looks soily is purely what I've made. So obviously I can't suddenly grow in the whole garden. That's taken me all these years to build up. So yeah, beetroots, yes. Asparagus, yes. You need to watch some more of my videos, my friend. There's a playlist, Squirrely. The playlist says our fruit, veg, trees and other produce, something like that. It's probably my biggest playlist, but that will show everything. And I've also got separate playlist on my hugel culture beds, because that's their own series. And I think I've got a separate playlist on my raised beds areas. So do look. I want to buy, I've been saving any donations so far recently, because I want to buy some more fruit trees. I want to get some tropical trees. I want to get a peach tree, plum trees, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. I won't be able to get all that, but any donations that come in, I'm going to add it all together, and that's what I'm going to hopefully do the spring. We're up to, yeah, Ashley's a great grower. If you've got questions sometimes on things squirrely, do go to Ashley's channel. He's got a allotment and he's grown lots of things there. Always looks nice. You'll love look at his allotment. Have you planted much lettuce? Oh, that was the one I was on. Companion plants, yes, I've done a whole video on that somewhere. I'll do an updated one. But companion plants, very important. And not just companion plants, you've got the opposite of that, that things if you put near or together, it actually is a disaster. For example, if you grow any brassicas, which are, they're what I grow as well, cabbage, cauliflower, these are all brassicas are cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, kohlrabi, any of those leafy type things. Don't grow them near each other. So don't grow those together. Whoa. Both of you. Well, my lettuce bolted. I read that one. So what you planted with lettuce, best thing to do planting with your lettuce is things that do not attract butterflies. So your best thing to plant near them. So things to ward off the butterflies then. I've been doing that slowly in my lives, talking about things, but I'll do another update one, stick it all together. Things to stop butterflies are things that smell like onions, garlic, herbs, lots of different herbs. Some herbs attract, some things distract. So do look carefully at those. This snake plant that I've got in my community post, a picture of it, that is very good for the bugs don't like to come to that, so that's good. And and don't grow too many lettuce all at once. So put some seeds in, and then just a couple of weeks later, a few more, couple of weeks later, a few more. You can plant all your lettuce together though, that's okay. Beets, asparagus, yeah. I grow beetroots. I don't eat beetroot. Mike likes it though. Beetroots are easy as long as you've got nice soft soil or mulch. Let's go. Super. Stay safe. Nice to see you, Ashley. Hey there. How you doing? Paralife TV? It's the ninja. How you doing? Got to get outside while it's not raining. Hurricane did some damage. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah, so I'll do that. I'll do another video of like try and collate all that stuff, because I have done it in lives, like, you know, where I read like random little bits out like that, tips and tricks and that. So I'll collate that all together and maybe do a video on that. So do look at your herbs as well, because they bulk a meal up with like a nice bit of flavour. So if you're like me and you eat a lot of the same sort of stuff, throw some herbs in as well. And that makes a difference. I've been doing scrambled eggs with basil in it. That's really nice. So, yeah, I'm going to go too, guys, because as I say, I've not been great. I'm a lot better now, but I need to rest my voice a little bit now. It's going a bit grainy. Really nice to see you all. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the sharing. And I really appreciate you all. Thanks so much for coming. And all the best to you all. Thanks. So until next time, guys, Meraki.